up, brother, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
March is where we level up. Tuesdays and Thursdays, live at 5 p.m. Pacific. Ash Knows Travel.
Let's go.
Get ready to log in and change the travel industry. Welcome to Ash Knows Travel. The future of travel has arrived. Let's get started.
Let's go. I wake up to a
Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Ash, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Ash Knows Travel, where I share trainings, walkthroughs, and insider tips to help travel advisors book smarter and build confidence. And tonight's training is all about 10 ways travel agents use AI daily. And honestly, when I first started planning this training, it was going to be like for all travel agents, but then I was like, I'm a travel agent, so why don't I just tell you 10 ways I use it daily, okay, and how I use it to save time and just try to find new ways to make more money inside the travel industry. And I'm going to do that exactly tonight. It's going to be just real practical ways that you can use AI in your own business to save time, stay consistent, and just get more done without feeling overwhelmed. Yes? And I'm not talking about anything complicated tonight, okay? I'm just going to really just go over the simple tools that we use for AI and how we could just develop these strategies that can support your content, your communication, and just like your day-to-day like workflow. Yeah. So if you are live here, go ahead and comment hello in the chat for me so that I know that you are here. And if you happen to be catching this on a replay, still go ahead and comment replay so that I know that you stopped by. Yes? Now, I know a lot of you guys already followed me and all of that, so I appreciate it. But there's a part that we miss a lot on YouTube. You actually have to tap the bell next to also following me or subscribing to me, whatever. And that's how you get notifications for me. So make sure you guys all have your bells turned on so you can just see. It'll remind you right before I go live that I'm going live. So you don't have to constantly think, okay, when's Ash going live next? Oh, it'll remind you. All right. So make sure you do that. And then, of course, let's go ahead and get started tonight. So like I said, 10 ways. We're going to talk about AI, everything AI tonight. And I'm just going to show you guys how I use it. So before we get started, on Tuesday of next week, I'm doing a live travel Q&A. So you guys can hop on there and ask me any questions. And then from there, I will drop my trainings for next month too. So if you guys need anything, particularly for trainings that you want me to cover or any topics that you need covered in general or just want to know more about, feel free to either comment them here and my mentors can get them back to me. Or you can even go as far as just sending me a DM on Facebook, okay? And then you guys can just let me know what you want to learn more about so I can kind of cover that for next month, okay? So continuing, let's talk about AI. All right. First thing with me, you have to know that I'm very serious about AI. I don't use AI for fun because it takes a lot of energy to use AI, especially ChatGPT. So I don't ever use it more than I have to. It's not something I just do to have a fun time. Okay. I use AI as a tool to move faster inside my business and make money. Now, with that, moving faster can mean several different things, and I'm going to cover them tonight. But faster replies, better content, and the idea of everything that I do inside AI is basically to not waste as much time. Honestly, like I have found myself being able to speed up things like never before thanks to AI, right? So that's exactly what I plan on doing anytime that I use it. Now, with that, AI is always going to be my assistant. AI is not a replacement of me. I still make all of the decisions. Honestly, I tell a lot of times, especially with ChatGPT, I'll tell it's wrong, okay? Because these AIs, they are built to be like yes men. They are built to be like people pleasers. So sometimes sometimes it will tell you like, oh yeah, that's exactly what we should be doing, but that's not what we're supposed to do, right? So I don't ever let it make decisions for me. I honestly just get it to where it helps me move faster, move more efficiently, just make any of the decisions when it comes to how to write things. Sure, but am I going to tell it exactly what to write? Yes, right? And that's exactly what I want you to know. It's always used as an assistant, never as a replacement. Okay. Now, with that, if you are doing everything manually right now and you're slowing yourself down, and it doesn't have to be everything. That's how I started using AI. It was like there would be certain things like, I'm gonna give you an example. My trainings right here. I built these slides using AI. Yeah, because it was something that I would manually have to do. If you are a trainer, or maybe you've even built presentations, or maybe you've built quotes, mock bookings, etc. When you guys start using Canva, right? It slows you down. You have to sit down there, put it everything, type this, paste that, right? It's just something that we manually do. But once I found a way to autopilot, I used it, right? That's exactly how I like to find my ways of using AI. I sit down, I look at all of the processes that I'm doing throughout my days. And I'm like, how can I make this better? How can I scale it to the next level? How can I get it to automatically do this for me? Right. So if you're at a part where you're taking too long to respond, you're overthinking your content, or you're just spending hours researching, etc., this is exactly what AI is meant to do. It fixes those complicated manual processes that you're doing right now. So let's talk about the first one. Yes. So the first thing that I use AI for is my daily content. It helps me come up with TikToks, carousels, hooks, and captions. This is how I stay consistent without burning out. Now, I pay for ChatGPT, okay? And since I pay for ChatGPT, I can talk to it all day long. Now, in my discovery of training with you guys, I realized that a lot of you guys don't pay for ChatGPT, okay? If you do not pay for ChatGPT, it's very limited on how many times it responds. So, an alternative for planning content is that I will build all of my prompts inside ChatGPT, and then I will use Gemini for free because it's free. And then I'll use Gemini to build everything else, and Sora for the videos. But when it comes to ChatGPT, if you don't want to pay for it, build your prompts into ChatGPT, and then also get Gemini, which is Google's version of ChatGPT, and it will build the content. So, for example, here, I told ChatGPT exactly what to say. See, it's telling me I already told ChatGPT how to do this. Okay, I don't know which one this is. I think this is for travel advisors. Give me something else. That was like really descriptive, huh? There we go. I embedded these resorts so you don't have to end up in a vibe that doesn't match your relationship swipe, right? Like this is a TikTok carousel that it built for me. But I built all of this inside of ChatGPT. I told ChatGPT, all right, give me the prompt for it. So let's go all the way up so I can show you. All right, this is my prompt, okay? Now, I told ChatGPT to make this prompt for me. So you're a social media strategist helping me grow my TikTok. I told Gemini exactly what I want it to do. This is my brand. This is what it focuses on. This is what we talk about. Here's some examples that I talk about. Here's other adults only resorts. This is my goal. This is how I want to feel when I'm posting. And this is what I want my viewers to think. Yeah? And then I know this is very in depth, and tonight I'm not going in depth with this, but this is what I told ChatGPT to do. My God. Okay. I told ChatGPT, this is exactly what I want you to build. It took me quite a bit of time to get the right idea of what I wanted to build, right? And you can talk to ChatGPT about that, or Gemini. But once I put it in here, for those who don't want to pay for ChatGPT, it's very long. It gives me descriptions of what I can build. I picked one of them. What would be the most viral one? Cool, thank you. Oh, I said, oh, hell yes. Yeah. Haha, genius. Okay, now, boom, makes the first slide. Okay, make the next slide. Oh, it made the same background. Ugh, I don't like that. You put the reality twice in the slide. Let's fix it. Okay. Then I'm going to say, yes, but switch up the background. And then it's going to make another one. Like, you guys see how I go with this? Is exactly what it is. I'm talking to it. I'm building it. Okay. That is how I do it. And that is basically what I do for the TikTok carousels, hooks, captions, etc. I tell AI exactly what I want it to build, and I process it through there. So in that setting, I use Gemini, right? But honestly, when I'm making my TikTok carousels and stuff like that, I normally use ChatGPT. That is my bestie. But for those who don't want to pay, you can use Gemini. For those who use ChatGPT and they pay for it, I honestly suggest just getting a folder and just building it out in that folder. And every time your chat gets too full, take that same prompt. Like when you get what you like, put into ChatGPT, tell it, make me a prompt so I can just do this over and over and over. And that's exactly what I do. Okay. So every day, I am a couple of days ahead for my content. I don't plan my content on the same day. So every day, though, I typically come in here and say, all right, let's go, ChatGPT. I need another idea. Let's make a new TikTok. Let's do this carousel. And then I do it even separately for my content for team building. I have a team building folder where we talk about team building. Like I separate it all. And it helps me come up with ideas, but I am the main decider of what I want to use. Yes? Now, that is the first thing I use AI for. Number 2, I use AI to create mock bookings fast. Not only just mock bookings, I also create them for quotes. I do them, just honestly turn them straight into offers, write flyer text. I make it look premium, and this saves me hours. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you something about everything that I'm training you guys on tonight for the AI content for how to create your AI mock bookings. If you go to my website, ashknowstravel.com, okay, and you click on training videos, anything that I'm covering tonight, and you're like, okay, I want to learn how to, what did we just talk about? How to make mock bookings fast. Okay, perfect. So if you just go in there and type in mock booking, all right, there is one specific training. Oh, let's see. It's called 15 minutes or less. Let's see if I could do that. There it is. Travel, mock bookings, and quotes in 15 minutes or less. I have a training to show you exactly how I do this, okay? If you're struggling with the content and you want to make content like how I've been doing it, it's faceless. So how to create AI content. You could just type in AI or content in general, and it'll populate everything I've ever done for content, okay? So I'm not going to be going obviously too in depth, but if you are interested in learning, maybe you'll find one that you want to do better on. I have trainings on every single one that I'm teaching on. Okay. So not going to leave you high and dry here. I'm going to break it down, but for this one, just type in 15 minutes on my training video section on my channel, not my channel, my website, ashknowstravel.com. Okay. And it will populate all my trainings. So I use AI to create mock bookings fast, and I love doing them. They're like probably one of my favorite things to do. Sometimes I put them in folders. Sometimes inside ChatGPT, I'll just tell it randomly. Like right here, let's see. Cruising book details, quote, pull request. There we go. So this will be one that I just did for Temptations. Yeah, you like those. They're so pretty, aren't they? So I have to talk to ChatGPT, but this is from Vacation Express. I say, pull this one. I've built into this, right? But I teach you how to do so in that training. But then it will do mock bookings. I can also I do them all. Sandals, that was an actual quote. Any quotes that I do automatically become mock bookings for me because somebody's going to book it, right? But I have to tell ChatGPT several times to make this. It's not just something at first. Like I have to tell it like, okay, I thought when I was asking a question, I was trying to find a thing for sandals for somebody, but like sometimes I have to actually tell it to make it like several times. Get used to that, okay? But they make them very beautifully, and I do this every day. I have different ones. Sometimes I put it in a folder. It's under my Travel with Ash folder, but then other times I'll just sit in here and just start asking it randomly. Like I'll just drop it in the chat. Pull this for me. What is this, right? Like that's exactly what I use ChatGPT for. All right. Now that is the second one. Let's go on to number 3. I use AI to grow my team. Absolutely. What to post, how to position, and even funnel ideas when I'm building my funnel. Okay. This makes it to where leads keep coming in. Honestly, ChatGPT alone has helped me so much kind of come up with new plans and new ideas. I use it whenever I want to make a post, but I don't really know what I want to say or how I want to say it. I will use AI to help me kind of form it because there's several ways that you guys, like I'm gonna give you an example, okay? On TikTok, it doesn't like the words opportunity, it doesn't like business, it doesn't like anything that's like MLM related. It doesn't like there's several different things that you can't say or it will get like sent a certain way, right? And then there's also when you're growing your team, you want to position this to people who want to be travel agents, not actual travel agents that are already there, right? So I have to talk about how to position it in a way that it goes to the right audience. And then even down to funnel ideas. I always fix my funnel. I love my funnel, but I'm always finding new ways to edit it, change it, and just kind of close people better on the funnel. Okay. I'm always using it to grow and I'm always talking about it. And honestly, I have a whole conversation with ChatGPT just about, different ways I can tap into getting new agents or how I can help my agents do this, this, and this. Like I do a lot of that. Okay. And even past the point of growing my team, I also use it to help stabilize my team too. So I do a lot of just different trainings with them. I do a lot of like one-on-ones and I ask it like, how should I approach this? How should I give it feedback? Anytime that my agents actually normally ask me a question, I will first run it a couple of times through ChatGPT because I want to make sure, one, I'm understanding them correctly, I'm getting the answers that they're looking for, and I want to make sure that I'm always forming the correct response because when you're in a leadership status, you always need to be a leader, right? So I use this a lot when it comes to just my team in general. All right. Now, number 4. I use AI to figure out what actually converts. Yeah. The thing about TikTok, especially, I feel like I didn't do any of that TikTok stuff without talking to AI. Yeah. It actually we've narrowed it down. We had to work on a pathway of building what actually works, what to sell, who to sell it to, the different angles I can take with it, how to change my content direction when it doesn't go the right way, right? I'm never guessing when it comes to content. I'm always strategizing and then taking certain parts of it and changing it to make it to where it works better. It's exactly what I want to do. And when I do that, honestly, like it goes pretty deep in here. I'm not going to lie. Let me see if I can. So like right now I've had this issue with my TikTok and I'm posting on it again. But to give you a rough idea, like I have a whole conversation with ChatGPT, like it's only getting 3 views. Something happened to my TikTok. It's because I deleted something. So it told me, okay, hold on. That doesn't mean it's flopped. This is what happened, but we need to know what we need to do from here on out, right? So it comes up with the plan for me. And then we have to remove this, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm reading all of this, but then I'm going, what? I did do that for number 5, all 5. I think it asked me a question, okay? And then yeah, long story short, the reason I'm showing you this is like I talk to it. Like I literally am like, all right, how do I fix this? What do I need to do? Do I need to hide it? Do I need to redo it? Like, and I'll tell you, I deleted something. Don't delete things on TikTok. That it was my fault. So it told me, look, leave everything alone for 24 hours and then come back and then hit him again with something strong. Okay. And then it also told me to engage because engagement brings engagement to me. And I started actually replying to one of my comments on my TikTok and it went viral again. So it's actually very important to talk to it. Like you can tell me, it's saying, come back. It's telling me, come back with one strong post. Okay. Now, of course, when I come back to that combat, I put it in a new chat, but I could have even went in here and said, all right, now I'm ready to go back. What should I post? And it will tell me and we'll talk it through to a part where I want to select that. Yeah. I go all the way through this and it just kind of helps my brain, like just sit here and like not come up with ideas on my own because that's just too much work. Right. All right. Number 5, I use AI for destination and research, resort research. Absolutely. I deal a lot with the same 3 resorts. I just really like to book those 3 resorts. So I typically know a lot about them, but that doesn't always work for all clients. Sometimes they want to go other places and I don't know everything, right? So I talk to ChatGPT about the best resort for clients. I compare options. I'm trying to understand their vibe. So I make sure I get the right type of resort. And this cuts my research time in half. I just showed you guys one of these on my ChatGPT. Now you can do these for any, okay? I just like ChatGPT, but you can use Gemini, you can use Claude, you can use whatever you want. So they all work the same. But where's this at? Where was it at? This quote pull request one. I was talking to it earlier. It was asking me about, I was doing something on Vacation Express, and there was a client that they were trying to They already had their flights booked, but they wanted something else. And so I went in there and they were going to the Bahamas, right? Like I literally took a screenshot of the conversation. So I want to find them a better resort. I don't know the location I have in there. Is this what I pulled up? And it was only pulling up one part of the Bahamas because I was in Vacation Express. So I was making sure, like, is this the right location? Yes, here it is, right? And so then I was like, all right, well, these are the other resorts I found. Are these good? Let me know. Like, do you see how I'm filtering it? I'm saving myself so much time because how would I know this stuff, right? So none of them are adults only. Okay, that's good to know. Perfect. Thank you. Like, that's what I'm trying to get you guys to understand. Okay, now I'm trying to do more research. Is there another Bahamas city I can fly them into? Absolutely not. There's not. Absolutely, can't do that. They're already flying into it. Like, okay. So this saved me a lot of time because this actually showed me that there were no other resorts other than the one that they booked was actually the best one. Like that's actually what it came down to. Okay. But I would have never known that if I didn't talk to AI first, right? It says keep it. It told me, it said keep it, or here's the 3 upgrade options. If they don't like any of those, then they need to keep that one, right? And that really helped me a lot, like with that. So I'm going to tell you what happened. Okay. So after I did that, I went back to the client and I said, hey, here's the other 3 options that are considered upgrades, but you're at a really good resort. And I know you're already going there. So I would let you know, I'm be completely honest, it is a good resort, but when you're ready to book again, I'm here too. And then immediately he was like, oh my God, thank you. I was so nervous about going. I really appreciate the feedback. I'm sorry I didn't book with you, but then my next trip, I definitely will. Okay. That's perfect. That's still a win for me. Okay. They're still following me. They still see my content. They're going to see my mock bookings that I'm doing all the time. They're still a warm lead. And when they're ready to travel again, because if you travel once, you're going to want to travel again. They're going to come to me next time. Right. Still a win, and it saved me a lot of time because I used AI and I didn't sit there and look up 5 different places that they didn't need to go, right? This is exactly what I want you to use it for. Now, number 6, I use AI to create video commercials. Absolutely. Prompt writing, scenes, voiceovers, hooks, and endings. Now, I just did a training on AI. What was it called? Do you guys remember? I think it's AI video commercials, if I'm correct. Oh, yeah, it's a commercial. Yeah. Oops. I think I'm doing because I'm doing this. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I just did it. I don't know exactly. Oh, there's AI travel commercials step by step. I can't remember the name. I have too many trainings, right? This is why we do this. AI travel commercials step by step is the name of that right there. Okay. I just did this training. So before I go in deep dive of what I do, I use Sora as the AI tool that I use here, and I will show it to you. It's sorachat.chatgpt.com, and I build commercials in here, whatever that lady is. She's like naked. But I build commercials like these here, etc. Okay. And I have that training that I just showed you guys that you can find on my website, right, is this right here. So I definitely do this. I do this quite often. I like making commercials. They're fun for me. Okay. I use ChatGPT for the prompt writing. I use Sora to break down the scenes and the voiceovers. And I use ChatGPT all the way through. Okay. This saves me a lot of times with my videos. I also make commercials for my travel. I make commercials for trainings. I make commercials for team building. I make all kinds of commercials like this, and they don't even have to be full-on commercials. They could just be short prompts, whatever, right? But this makes a really big difference, and it saves me a lot of time while still being professional, not overdoing it, but to a point where it's like, okay, this is a real commercial. It helps me kind of be more legit. That's what I feel like it does. So I use this a lot, and I highly recommend checking out that training and also checking this out because this will be a game changer. Just get in there and start playing with Sora, okay? Now, this Sora here, one of the questions I always get is Sora free? Yes, Sora is free. It does take a lot of credits and a lot of energy to use, so be very mindful about using it. Don't just go in there and start playing around because you're burning a lot of energy, and we have to be conservative for the earth. Yes? Okay. Now, number 7. I use AI like a social media strategist. That is exactly what I tell every time I talk to any of my sources. If I'm talking to Gemini, if I'm talking to ChatGPT, even Sora, that is exactly what your job is, okay? This way, it keeps in mind what it's trying to post, the trends, the formats, and the growth direction. I'm telling it, this is your job. This is what I want you to do. Okay. That is why my content performs right there. It's because I'm telling it, this is your job. You need to tell me how I need to do this better because that's your job. That's exactly how it thinks. Okay. Number 8, I use AI to move people to bookings. So important. I can't tell you how many times where I was about to respond to something and I was like, oof, hold on. Let me just throw this in chat GPT real quick, okay? Explaining deposits, what's needed to book, clear next steps. This is where the money is made in the follow-up. Yes, the follow-up is where the money is made. You will hear me say that repeatedly. That's exactly what I use ChatGPT for. I will say, okay, how do we handle this? How do we respond to this? Tell me exactly what it is. Now, it'll come up for a response, and then I'll tell it, all right, make this like Ash. That doesn't sound like me. That sounds like you, right? But I always use it to move people further down because I don't want to respond off the top of my head, ever, right? Number 9, I use AI to clean up everything before I send it. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm just saying. Make it sound confident, remove confusion. This is a part you guys make a mistake on. A lot of you will get that chat GPT response and you go and paste it in there, okay? But it comes with brackets or not bracket parentheses around it, so you have to remove that. And then it will also come with a very large dash. And that's how I know every time you use chat GPT. Did you know that? How many of you know that? When you guys start posting and you're taking it from ChatGPT, they make large dashes in between their responses. And that's how I automatically know it's ChatGPT. You have to remove those out. Take them out, okay? And I also use it to kind of clean up what I'm trying to say because ChatGPT will respond and it will be super long. And I would say, no, nobody's going to read this. Make it into sound like Ash. Make it shorter. Take it out, all of that long stuff. Get rid of the boring stuff. Just make it straight to the point, confident. Here's what it is, right? I always do that no matter what I'm sending. Even if I type something, I will throw it in there before I send it out, especially if it's for something important, right? Number 10, I use AI when I'm stuck and I need to scale content. Yeah. I use AI a lot. I get new ideas from there, new angles. I can turn one idea into multiple pieces of content. If you ever need to see multiple pieces of content from one idea, I have a training called Batch It and Book It. That helps. Okay. But the main reason that I use AI is because I never want to wonder what to do next. AI will always come through the part where it will help me figure out the next part of my plan. This is primarily how I kind of stay focused and stay organized. Now, I do have a list of tasks that I'm meant to do each day, and I prioritize those tasks to the top 3 of like what really needs to be done. Okay. Anytime I get a new idea, I write it down somewhere because I forget them. But when I'm doing that, I will put a little folder for ChatGPT too. And I'm like, here's this idea. This is what we need to do with it, right? I don't always use it right away, but I will come back to it and that will help me kind of change things. Okay. I also do it with my content. So I'm going to give you a rough idea. When my TikTok was being mad at me, I decided to like, you know what? We need to come in here and honestly just switch things up. We need to come in here and just, this isn't working. So I screenshotted the whole entire thing and I threw it in there and I was like, okay, what's wrong? What do we need to do to change this? How is it not working? What happened? And I used it particularly to scale my content to the next level. All right. Now, along with that, what I really am trying to get across here is that when you guys are using AI, the idea is less overthinking, more actions, and just royal momentum. Okay. This is what working smarter actually looks like. And once you honestly start using it, yeah, that's exactly it. You won't go back. Once you figure it out, oh, wait, this is all I had to do was to put this in here. Okay, fine. Yeah, you have to attend a couple of my trainings to perfect it, right? And that's what they're there for. But I want you guys to see this and go, oh, I could have done this, this, and this, and it would make it easier. Absolutely, right? Don't let all of these decisions that you have to make for your business be manual when there's someone there, which is AI, that can actually just do it faster for you, right? If there's something in your business that really just you struggle with, throw it into ChatGPT and say, how can you help me with this? What can we do to fix this? What is wrong? If you are not getting any bookings, which is something you guys always come to me about, throw it into ChatGPT and say, hey, I'm not getting any bookings. And it's going to say, okay, well, give me everything that you're doing. And you're going to give it everything you're doing. And then it's going to tell you, okay, well, why didn't you do this, this, and this? Like it will come up with an entire plan. let it help you, because it's those small little like tweaks and changes that you make is what makes a big difference in your business. Okay. I get a lot of bookings now, and I get a lot of just inquiries and stuff like that. If I didn't use my AI, I wouldn't be able to handle it, honestly. Like, I have a set process for templates that I've made to respond to people. I go and respond to people in batches now because it's just too much at once. So I have a batch where I sit down, I respond once a day. Then I have a bunch of inquiries come in with those responses, right? And then the next day I process those inquiries. Then I do the same thing every day. And I wouldn't have that in system if I didn't talk to AI to set that up. Okay. I just want you guys to sit down, kind of figure out what you need in your business and how you can implement it. All right. Now, once again, you guys already should know, like I said, on next Tuesday, I'm going to be doing a live travel Q&A, so make sure you guys hop on there, and I will answer any of the questions that you guys have for me. Yes, and then I will be dropping my trainings for next month on there as well. So if you guys have questions about any of this, go ahead and comment in the chat box and I will answer them. And as well, make sure you guys like this video and share it with your teams. I really want people to just kind of feel more confident about why we should use it, how we should use it, and just making it more effective. Yes, when it comes to AI. So if this helped you, make sure you like this video and share it with your teams. Comment if it helps. And I'm going to head over to my chat box now so I can answer any of your questions, and I will see you there. And if not, I will see you on Tuesday for the live travel Q&A. All right. So have a good night. I will meet you guys in the chat.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good